When I took over the company was dead in the water. Obviously, I don't own any companies, but that was Timur Sardarov, MV Agusta CEO, telling us yesterday at a press conference that when he took over the company, it was on financial uncertainty. Things were looking kind of dire in the motorcycle space as far as the company was concerned. And it was up to him as the new CEO of the company to bring the company back into a state of profitability. And so here we are a few years later, near Varese in Italy, and obviously I'm surrounded by MV Agustas, and there's been a major shift. If you've been following MV's path for a while, this is not an unfamiliar statement. MV Agusta purchasing and then selling, and then purchasing and selling, and the company has been up and down in the realm of ownership. But this time things could be a little bit different. That's because KTM and its parent company, Pierer Mobility Group, has purchased a 25.1% stake in the company. Now, what does that mean? If you've been paying attention to KTM and Pierer Mobility Group for the past 15 odd years, you've seen they've taken KTM from an obscure motocross company to this global conglomerate it is today. They told us yesterday the Pierer Mobility Group has sold more motorcycles than Ducati, BMW, and Triumph combined in the past year. Taking on MV Agusta seems like the perfect marriage, right? You've got pretty much no overlap in what MV brings to the table and what KTM brings to the table. You've got these premium luxury motorcycles that MV has full on said, this is their stake. This is where they want to be in the marketplace. We are a luxury brand. And now they're doubling down on that with the help of KTM and the parent company. You know, they're not making entry-level motorcycles. They're not making accessible for the masses type of motorcycles. And that comes from the purchasing power that KTM and its family brings to the table. You know, global suppliers for nuts, bolts, throttle cables, master cylinders, even little caps for the brake reservoir. These things cost money, and surprisingly enough, I've learned so much the past couple of days talking with some people at MV Agusta. The same suppliers supply all these parts to pretty much every manufacturer, but they can charge different rates depending on how big or small the manufacturer is. With the leveraging power that Pierer Mobility Group brings, that KTM brings to the table, they can buy these supplies for much cheaper than they would before. Now, you know, we've heard all of these before. We've heard MV has been bought by this place, by that place, by Harley-Davidson, by Timur Sardarov. Why should I believe you now? And honestly, I don't know. I'm skeptical myself. Something about this feels a little bit different though, because if anybody can bring MV up from the dead, it would be KTM and its parent company. From what they're telling us, they're pretty much gonna leave MV Agusta alone. The engineers can engineer, designers can design, basic bones of MV Agusta can continue on their way. Now they just have financial stability to keep doing what they do. KTM is not gonna suddenly build a dirt bike for a MV Agusta customer, and the Lucky Explorer project is kind of sort of going away. The 5.5 is gonna disappear, and then the 9.5 Lucky Explorer project is gonna morph in some way. They're so far in the project, it'd be silly not to bring it to market. MV doesn't want to build a dirt bike that's going to infringe on KTM's toes, and KTM is not really going to build a premium luxury motorcycle like this to infringe on MV's toes. MV and KTM and Pierer Mobility Group, they're starting off with a blank slate as far as dealers go. Even if you're a current KTM dealer or an MV dealer, you've been wiped off the map, and it's a hard pill to swallow, but Pierer Mobility Group is going to rethink the dealership model. They're going to go through a really strict vetting process for every dealer who wants to be a KTM/MV Agusta dealer, and to make that experience premium. They don't want just, you know, a multi-brand dealership to suddenly carry MV Agusta. You got to know MVs, you got to know the parts, you got to be, you know, up to snuff with your dealership, and they want to have that experience there. But more than that, as Brian Gillen, the R&D director of MV, says, the American market doesn't trust MV Agusta. They don't know where they can buy parts for their bikes. They don't know how reliable the MVs are going to be. And as a motorcycle, the MVs work just fine. But if you're 2, 3, 4, 5 hours away from a dealership and you're not even sure if they can get parts for your bike, that's a big turnoff, and that's a big reason why people aren't buying MV Agustas, at least in the States. And KTM Pierer Mobility Group see the North American market as a huge, huge market for MV. And so building up that trust, getting good dealerships and more of them all around the country that can also supply parts for your bike, that's gonna be the underlying bones of what they think is going to really prop up MV Agusta and get it profitable again. Look out for a separate video where I'll go over the MV Agusta Turismo Veloce Lusso SES, the smart clutch system. That'll be a separate video. I've been riding that bike pretty much the past 2 days through these beautiful Italian mountains. And yeah, if you have questions about what the future holds for MV Agusta, let me know in the comments down below. Are they on the right track as to navigating the customer base, especially in the US market? Are they on the right track? Are they completely off? I've got my thoughts. I want to know yours too. So let me know in the comments below. Yeah, exciting times ahead for MV, even KTM, even Husqvarna, even Gas. You know, if this actually holds true unlike previous MV acquisitions in the past, this could be a really huge deal for MV Agusta. So yeah, that's it. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thanks for watching, guys. And as always, we'll see you later and ride safe.